are untouchable. We are unstoppable, and we are undisputed.
What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another figure review, or well, should I say figures review. You see, we had a whole bunch of figures come in last week from Ringside. I started reviewing a bunch of them, but then I just stopped uploading because A, I had to work, and B, I've got this nasty cold right now, and it's kind of made filming not very enjoyable. It kind of sucks when you have to edit out you sniffling or coughing. Hopefully I won't have to do that this time, but I still am feeling quite sick right now. But I feel like it's just time we need to move on from these reviews and get on to some other content. I want to do an update on my Marvel Legends collection, maybe my WWE one as well, and I've got a bunch of packages coming in, some customs, all this great stuff. So I think it's time we move on from these reviews, so we're just gonna knock them all out in one video. So I've got a total of, I think, 6 figures we're gonna take a look at in this video, so let's not waste any time and take a look at the figures that we're gonna be reviewing today. We've got the Top Talents 2019 AJ Styles, the Top Talents 2019 Seth Rollins, Elite Series 68 Roman Reigns, Elite Series 68 Undertaker, Elite 68 Brie Bella, and finally Elite 68 King Mable. So we're going to take all of these out of the packaging right now and take a look at these figures close up. And since I know a few of you may be mock collectors, I will give you guys a quick look at the packaging, but they are pretty well just your average Elite figure packaging, you know, with the bio on the back. Sorry about my ring light, it's being a little bit annoying with figure reviews, but it just does provide such nice lighting. So there's Roman Reigns. Here is the Undertaker. It is a SummerSlam wave, so all these attires are from SummerSlam. This one is really cool. Definitely like that Undertaker figure a lot. Here is King Mable, his first time in the line. He also does have the Chase variant, which I think the only real difference is instead of an M, it's got a lightning bolt. So yeah, there is King Mable. This is probably the one I'm least excited about because I really don't know a whole lot about the character. Here is the Top Talents AJ Styles, and this is literally just your average Elite collection packaging. It's not SummerSlam or anything special like that, but I definitely do like this green attire, and it's just as good as the last AJ Styles Elite, which is definitely my favorite one, so who knows, maybe this will overtake that one. Here we've got Brie Bella. I'm not really too much of a women's collector, but I guess some people would be kind of into this. So there you can see Brie Bella, and I know we did get this Stephanie McMahon from the attire that she fought Brie Bella in, so I guess it makes sense that we finally get the Brie Bella, but I feel like it's really too late for this figure. And finally, here's the Top Talents 2019 AJ Styles, which is the Elite 52 basically, but I'm very excited to have that t-shirt. I'm probably going to be throwing that on the Top Talents figure from last year, but yeah, it's definitely a nice looking figure. So now let's go ahead and get everyone out of the packaging. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there you can see everyone out of the package. Well, you can sort of see Roman. He's just peeking out back there. But these are some pretty great figures. We're gonna get into some sort of individual reviews real quick. But first, I gotta plug 2 things. First of all, if you want to pick up any of these figures, you can do so over at ringsidecollectibleswrestlingfigures.com. The link is in the description. Promo code Undisputed will save you 10% on all figures. And second of all, I'm doing a giveaway on the Braun Strowman from the Elite 68 series, as well as it's the same figure from the Top Picks wave. So go ahead and check out my recent video for that. So let's go ahead and take a look at these figures individually. Starting things off with the Dead Man, the Undertaker. I think this figure is absolutely awesome. It comes with some great accessories. It's really nice to get a flashback Undertaker in my collection, because currently my only Undertaker is more of the current look, you know, the Dead Man Undertaker. Personally, my favorite look for the Undertaker, but nonetheless, it's great to have this more American badass, big evil sort of attire. So starting off with the accessories, we do get this black ball cap here, which comes off. And then we do get the black glasses, which have really small, like, I don't know what you call that, whatever part of the glasses that is, the arms or whatever. They were really small, and they were kind of hard to fit between the hair. I had to fiddle with them a few times. And we do get this Kane mask, which is quite cool. You could go and throw that on your Kane figures if you want. And then we do get a set of interchangeable hands, and they are the fisted ones. Of course, I'm going to drop it. But they are the fisted ones. We get both a right and a left hand, so you can swap those out. It's quite simple, just like all the Mattel figures. Very, very nice. I love having the switchable hands. I love that with Marvel Legends, and I'm so glad that WWE finally brought them in. If I can actually get this one in, that'd be great though. But there we go. There you can see, you know, he's got the fisted look, and you know, you can do his pose and all that. So we've got the Undertaker here, It's a quite a nice figure, so let's go ahead and get a zoom in look and take a closer look at all the features of this figure. Getting a closer look at this figure, there you can see the True Effects head scan, which I think looks great, although I feel like mine looks a little bit wonky. I think his eyes are both looking in different directions. If you look at the left eye, it's kind of like looking off to the side. Maybe that's just me that sees that. Maybe if you like turn the figure that way, it looks a little bit better. But yeah, I think mine might just look a little off to me. Maybe that's just me. Maybe he's supposed to be like looking to the side, but he's got long brown hair which goes down his back. The shading on it's really nice. I definitely do like that color a lot. Let's keep you in focus, please. Moving on down, he's got this blue shirt with some nice sculpted details with the pockets and the V-neck sort of look. He's got a black shirt on underneath. He's got all of his shoulder tattoos in all of their glory. You can even see the colored ones peeking out beside the elbow pad there. But he's got his long black elbow pads on. Here you can see the back of the shirt, not too much detail. On the back side, you got that Undertaker butt right there. And this is pretty much the leg mold that I believe he's had on multiple of his figures. I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same as my Deadman one. Yeah, it looks to be about the same, but the mold does look great. Doesn't need to be replaced or anything. So that is very nice. So there is the Undertaker. Up next, we're going to take a look at King Mable. And like I said, I'm just not very familiar with this character at all. I can't really name any of his matches aside from the one that this is based on, which is the one with Diesel, which I've heard is like one of the worst matches in SummerSlam history, so maybe that's not a good thing to remember him by. But yeah, I think it is a really cool figure though. It's actually got a lot of detail and I really do love it. I'm just not that attached to it because of course I just don't know the character that well, but I'm still going to review it for you guys. So starting off with the accessories, you can see the first thing on his head right here, and it is this little crown. It's got the WWE Legends logo right there. Lots of nice coloring with some blue and silver. The sculpting looks really nice. It's nice and flexible, so it fits around his big head quite well, the mohawk as well. And then we do get a set of interchangeable hands, of course the fisted version. I'm not going to change any more of the hands because that just clearly doesn't like to work out for me in videos. And then this one, of course, are the open hands, and they do have the black tape on the fingers there. But those are all the accessories we get with the figure. It's obviously a bigger figure, so it's going to cost them more to make it, so I'm not expecting too many accessories. But one other thing that I will point out is his joint right here is not an ab crunch. It's actually like a diaphragm, so he can like move sideways. You know, we can have like backwards Mable here. But yeah, that is really cool. It definitely reminds me a lot of like the Marvel Legends Doc Ock. I feel like we've had it on a WWE figure before, maybe like Brodus Clay or something like that. But I think it may have been on like one or two characters before, but I really do like this for the bigger characters because it allows them to still have a little bit of movement, because if we just had an ab crunch, you know, it wouldn't be that good. So yeah, I definitely do like this diaphragm joint a lot. Overall, the attire is nice and bright, the purple and the gold and the black. It's just a really nice looking figure. I just said like I'm not too attached to it because I don't know King Mable that well. And now taking a closer look at the figure, there you can see the True Effects head scan. I think it looks pretty solid from the pictures I've seen, but yet again, I'm not too attached to him, so I can't really tell you how good or bad it does look. I do like the wrinkling detail like right here on the back of his neck. That is like really nice. And he does have his black mohawk, which is sculpted quite nicely. It does look really good. And then moving on down, you can see the M logo on the front of his purple and gold attire. You get all sorts of texturing in there. It just looks really nice. On this side, it does look like he's got some tattoos. Maybe if I can lift some of the tassels up. I'm not sure exactly what they are supposed to be of, but yeah, you get a little bit more detail on the back here with like the purple like crossing sort of look. He's got the tassels on this side too, like I mentioned, the finger tape there. Looks like mine does have a paint flaw there, but oh well, what are you gonna do? It's Mattel. But moving on down, he's got the M's there on his knee pads. They're sort of bigger knee pads to fit around his giant legs. And then he's got some logos here, Mable, and it's got like a skull and crossbones on his boots, so that is really nice. That's a pretty cool figure. Like I said, just don't know the character that well, but yeah, it's really awesome. If you wanted to get a King Mable or you think this figure is cool, I definitely recommend it. Up next, we're going to take a look at the current WWE Universal Champion Seth Rollins, and I'm going to be straight up with you guys. I just really do prefer last year's Top Talent Elite Rollins, but we do get interchangeable hands with this figure, and we do get this Monday Night Rollins shirt, which I'm gonna pop onto this one and see how that looks. I think that's gonna look quite nice, so I'll go ahead and throw that shirt on this figure right now. Okay, that's perfect. I absolutely love this Monday Night Rollins shirt on this Seth. It really reminds me of his gauntlet match look ahead of Elimination Chamber. I love this head scan. This Top Talents 2018 Seth Rollins is very nice. But now on to the 2019, and I've got some some gripes with this figure. Honestly, the only redeeming part about it for me is that I recently traded my Elite 52, so I don't have the original green Rollins in my collection anymore. But other than that, there's not a whole lot else I can say about this figure. It's pretty well a re-release. Maybe they changed the belt buckle, but that's the only thing I can really think of. The head scan, they went back to the old one when they could have just gone with this one that in my opinion looks a whole lot better. And I would have honestly liked to get a new attire rather than just having them re-release one. Would have been cool if we got his attire from like WrestleMania 34, the White Walker attire. Maybe it's a little bit early, but I would have definitely loved to get the Thanos attire, being a huge Marvel fan. But anyways, it's still a decent figure. I'm glad to have a green Rollins in my collection again. And you can see that mine has got a massive paint flaw. That just really annoys me. I'm gonna have to try and scrape that off somehow. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and take a closer look at this Seth Rollins figure. There you can see Seth Rollins, and yeah, I'm just not too big on this head scan, although it is the true effects. I'm just not a huge fan of it, honestly. I much prefer this one that we just recently got on the last year's Top Talents one. I think this looks a lot more like Seth Rollins, so I'd have liked to have gotten that, or maybe just a new one in general. Is that like some white paint on his lip on mine? I don't like how short his hair is on this thing either. I feel like it should be a little bit longer, but maybe that's just how it's supposed to look. I don't know. I just think it should be a little bit longer. But then again, this one really isn't too much longer, but yet again, I feel like that little difference just like it's a bit of a big thing for me. But anyways, moving on down past the head scan, other than that, it's pretty well a great figure. Other than that freaking paint flaw, that's awful. Oh my god, Mattel quality control. He's got his usual torso and the chest hair. He's got his back tattoo. This is literally just the Elite 52, I'm pretty sure. And it's this green Tron attire that he had at SummerSlam a few years ago, and then he started wearing it again a few times in 2018 when he was Intercontinental Champion. It's nice bright green color. I do like the color a lot, but yeah, it's just a re-release. Honestly, it's nothing too exciting for me aside from the t-shirt. Now we can move on from one green boy to another green boy. His recent rival, the phenomenal AJ Styles, and this figure is pretty well the same as his last Elite. It's just green instead of blue, but I'm not complaining because this last Elite was by far his best. So this one is pretty well going to sit alongside that in my opinion. We do get a WWE Championship, which we have of course seen many times. There's nothing really special about that. I think it'd be cool if they started giving us like custom side plates, like give us AJ Styles side plates when it comes with AJ Styles, or like Seth Rollins side plates when it comes with Seth Rollins. I think we just like differentiate the belts a little bit and make them a little bit more desirable. And then we do get this, there can only be one AJ Styles. It's got the AJ logo on the back, rubber t-shirt, and much would have preferred cloth. Obviously these things are just, oh my god, they're such a pain to take off. I hate rubber shirts. Okay, it's a little bit better if you take it off from the back. Yeah, but that thing's just never going on this figure again. But there we do have AJ without the shirt, and this figure does look great. Aside from that, he also does include the interchangeable hands. We get the open-fisted ones, I guess you could call it, and then the flat ones so that he can do his P1 little taunt here. You know, pose it like that. Can't really do it above his head because the arms just don't bend in enough. That's why we need to get double jointed elbows. That's, I think, one step that Mattel should make in the near future. But like I did say, it's pretty well the same as the blue one. I did give this one a custom t-shirt, and I don't have the green one in custom form, so I think I'm just gonna slide this vest on and see how this looks. I think it's gonna make this figure look a lot better than with a rubber shirt. I'm definitely gonna use it like this in the future. And yeah, that just looks miles better in my opinion. It's not really coming in all the way, but yeah, you could take the hood off, and this just looks really great. The P1 logo on the back. I really do hope we either get a cloth AJ Styles shirt or vest really soon. I don't think Mattel's actually made one. These are both from a customizer who turned into a scammer, so I'm not going to really advertise his work. But let's go ahead and get a closer look at the brand new Elite AJ Styles. And there you can see AJ out of the packaging. It's the exact same head scan as his last figure with the True Effects technology, and I absolutely loved it. This AJ Styles head scan is perfect in my opinion. It looks so much like him. Maybe they might even have to make his hair longer now because his hair is getting quite long, but I'm pretty sure it's accurate for the time that he did wear this attire. But other than that, it's pretty well the other AJ Styles figure, just with some minor color changes. It's just basically green instead of blue. You know, the attires are quite similar. There's a little bit of a difference, but we're going to take a look at it anyways. He still has the old Daniel Bryan torso. I wish they changed the torso and gave him a little bit less chest hair. He's got the AJ tattoo, of course, with his daughter's birth date added, so that is quite nice. I think we've got that on his last 2, maybe 3 Elite figures, but it was a little while before we actually got that. He's got the P1 elbow pad. It doesn't have the slit in it. I'll have to either cut that or just swap on another one that I've already cut. And then we do get the gloves, which again, you can't obviously interchange if you want to have the open glove look to do the pose. Or another thing that I know a lot of people like to do is to swap on like Seth Rollins hands, because these little gauntlet pieces, like the wrist part, is actually removable as well as the gloves, so you could have like a promo look AJ if you took the elbow pad and his gloves off. I think that would look quite nice. And then moving on down to the tights, I didn't even realize it had that white belt detail. That just brings the figure up even more in my opinion. And then moving on to the side here, we get an AJ logo, and then on the other side we get a P1, so pretty well the same logo, just one says AJ, one says P1, same sort of font and all that, but you guys know that. We got green stripes going down the front and the back. He's got his open knee pads, which we did see on the last figure as well. Remember a time when AJ Styles figures didn't even get knee pads, so that is quite nice to see. Phenomenal one on the kick pads. It's kind of hard to read since the light green and the white don't mesh together that well, but I guess it is accurate to what he was wearing. So this AJ Styles figure is absolutely perfect in my opinion, other than, you know, the old complaints that we've had since he got his first figure that he needs a bigger torso. But yeah, I'm very happy with this AJ Styles figure, and it's absolutely just going to tie right alongside the blue one for my favorite AJ Styles Elite thus far. Up next, we've got the first Bella's figure in quite some time, and this is Brie Bella. As you can see, she's got her, for accessories, this long rubber like skirt sort of kilt thing, and it unbuckles on the front here just with this little snap system, and then it comes right off. And then she's also got the Brie mode t-shirt, which I think, correct me if I'm wrong, this is the first women's figure to have a cloth shirt, so it's pretty easy, you know, it just comes right off, just like the men's ones. But then there you can see Brie Bella. We'll get into the review in a minute, but whenever I was trying to like put the shirt on this thing for the review, and I tried to like bend the shoulder like outwards, it's only the bicep that's really moving, and it looks like it's gonna snap, so that just really scares me. That's not very nice. But there, if you're just a little bit more careful and patient with it, you can get it to move. But yeah, women's figures articulation has been a problem for quite some time, but there's just your basic overview of the figure. Let's go ahead and take a closer look at it. Here is a close-up look at Brie Bella, and I believe this head scan is reused. They just switched it to the True Effects technology. It's not awful, but I think it certainly could be better. She does have a little red headband in her hair there as well, and then her long black hair, of course, for Brie Bella. We get the Brie mode logo on her top as well, and I hate the molding on that thing. Like, the edge of it is like molded on lower than it actually should be. That's also been a problem for women's figures, is that they just reuse the same body mold over and over again, so that is a little bit annoying. We also get a lot of paint chipping there, like right in the center there under the Brie, and as well as sort of a little bit like under here as well, so that's just a little bit disappointing. Metal quality control, but they're not nearly as bad as that one spot on the Rollins. I don't think there's anything on the back here, no, just red, but again, weird molding. Moving it on down, she's got a black stripe at the bottom of her top, and she also has a black stripe at the top of her bottoms here. And, you know, we get a little bit of stripage there and on the other side as well, otherwise nothing really special. She's got her black wrist tape on, and I believe the nails are painted there, you can't see that. And she's got black kick pads as well as black knee pads. Nothing else really to this figure. I'm not too happy to have it in my collection. It's just your average Brie Bella figure. I'm not too excited by it, but yeah, that's pretty well this Brie Bella figure. And the final figure we have to look at here is the big dog Roman Reigns in his attire from when he won the Universal Championship against Brock Lesnar. And once again, this figure is almost exactly the same as his previous Elite. I think this was like Elite 64 or something. Personally, I think I prefer this one just for that head scan and the fact that it's a red attire. If you guys didn't know, red is my favorite color, so I'm going to be a little bit more biased with that one. But the head scan really does put this one up in my opinion. But this is not a bad head scan. This is probably like his second best one. And it is really nice that it's in blue, because this could also work for a SmackDown look now that Roman's on SmackDown. Although he's sort of also on Raw, because the wildcard rule seems to affect him every single week. But we get a Universal Championship that we've had with like multiple releases before, exactly the same. And what's cool about this figure is instead of 2 sets of interchangeable hands, for the first time we actually get 3. So we've got the sort of, you know, I don't know exactly what you'd want to call that, but the Samoa Joe, Roman Reigns, Matt Riddle sort of style hand. And then we do get the fisted hands, which is, I believe, the first time we actually get the ability to put a fist on this hand, so he can do the Superman punch with a closed fist, so that's really awesome. And then we do get the really open ones for like holding things, or, you know, chokeslam hands as I like to call them. But overall, it's a really nice Roman figure. It's definitely up there, probably alongside the red one for probably his best Elite in my opinion. It's just a really nice looking figure. So let's go ahead and get a closer look at it. And here you can see Roman Reigns up close. And again, I'm just not as big on that head scan as I am with the fully bearded one. I just think that looks a lot better in my opinion. But this is probably like his second, maybe third best head scan in my opinion. He's got his goatee and his long hair. Moving on down to the vest, we get the white Superman punch in front of the spider logo, and then lots of blue detail here. And then if you move on over to the back, he's got the white logos in the middle, as well as lots of blue designs here as well. And this is new. This is a different way to take the vest off, so like a new buckling system, I guess you would call it, but you unbuckle it here, and it just goes up like that. And you know, you can take his big vest off here and show off Roman's muscles that apparently he's hiding, unless according to Cody Rhodes it's a beer belly. But anyways, moving on down there, you can see the Roman Reigns logo there on the hand. Trying to get a good focus there. He's got his tattoos in all their glory, and I still don't get why they're making the peg on this hand skin tone color when it should obviously be black because he's wearing a glove. That just really doesn't make any sense in my opinion. I don't know why they're doing that. He's actually got no logo on this gauntlet, so I'm not sure if that's supposed to be like that or not, but yeah, I would have liked to see something there. And then he does just have his Shield cargo pants and combat boots, just like we've seen so many times before. But that is pretty well this Roman Reigns figure. Nothing too new here aside from, I guess, the vest and the fact that we have 3 sets of interchangeable hands instead of 2. Thank you guys so very much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit the like button down below. If you're wondering about anybody else from these waves, I've already done an individual review on them. So that would be Daniel Bryan, Braun Strowman, and Finn Balor. You can find them on the channel. Go check out that Braun Strowman giveaway if you want a chance to win that figure. Stay tuned to the channel, guys. Make sure to subscribe if you are new, because I'm going to have some great unboxing videos in the next few weeks, including a brand new backdrop here for my reviewing area. So I'm very excited to get that out and show you guys off that, as well as more WWE and other action figure videos. So definitely hit that notification bell to never miss an upload and to be notified first whenever I upload. Go check out my social media down in the description below, guys. And until then, I'll see you guys in the next video.